Hi everyone, welcome to another GetResponse webinar. Today our guest is Talia Wolf. Talia is definitely one of the best conversion optimization specialists out there. She's the founder of GetUplift, where she helps increase conversions and grow businesses by creating experiences customers love to convert to.
Hi everyone. Thank you so much for that really nice introduction. I am really excited about being here today. I can now see my face full blown on the screen, which is pretty creepy. So hi, I'm Talia, as Eric explained, and I have been doing conversion optimization for many, many years. I focus on helping high growth companies optimize their websites and do some awesome things to just increase their conversions and really grow as much as possible. I do that using all sorts of different techniques. One of them is the emotional targeting methodology that I developed, and many other ways. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the 3-step funnel that I use to sell more of any product. So essentially, working with GetResponse, I created a funnel for you guys, for anyone who wants to use GetResponse. And a funnel is a 3-step funnel. So it includes a landing page, which we'll get into and dive into. It includes an email sequence and a sales page. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to dive into every single part of this funnel. I'm going to explain why I wrote the copy the way I did, why the sections are built that way, and really how you can jump into GetResponse and edit that template and use it for yourself, which to me is the most important thing. So without further ado, I'm going to start. I'm going to turn off my camera so that make sure that everything is working correctly. And yeah, let's do that. So I guess let's talk about why funnels are important. So you probably, if you're on this webinar today, have a product you want to sell. Maybe you're already trying to sell it, but you're not succeeding, or not succeeding as much as you'd like. Maybe you're you're just getting started and you've created a template with GetResponse, or you haven't created a template, you're just getting started with creating a funnel, trying to sell a product, and it's not really going yet. And that's why I actually created this template with GetResponse. So funnels in general is a visualization of your customer journey. What that means is it shows you how people go into it, how they come out of it. So where people enter in your customer journey and where they come out from. The goal is to be able to help people move from one stage of the funnel to the next one seamlessly while connecting with your brand and essentially resulting in a conversion. So what we want to do today is really dive into the different types of parts the funnel has and how we can really help people move from one step to another. Now, creating a funnel allows you to analyze the user journey and understand what parts need optimizing, what parts don't resonate with people, what parts aren't doing their job correctly. So essentially, if you haven't seen a funnel yet, or you're just getting started with funnels, a typical funnel may include an ad on Facebook, then a landing page, then an email sequence, and then a sales page. That's kind of a typical funnel, but a funnel can be various things. If you're a SaaS company, you might have a landing page and then a pricing page. If you're a blog, your funnel might start with an article, a pop-up, then a landing page, and then a product page. So various different ways to create a funnel. And funnels can be very different and include many different steps. But the funnel that I've created for you is, at least this time, is a 3-part funnel. And let's talk about what it actually includes. So it includes a landing page, a 3-part email sequence, and a sales page. Now, the beginning of the journey is essentially the landing page, and that's usually reached via via an ad, or maybe someone searched for you on Google and they arrive on a landing page. And this is the first place that people would interact with you. Then during this part of the funnel, we'll focus on connecting with our prospects and forming a relationship. So let's get started and talk really just about the landing page and how we can essentially adapt it and turn it into something that is your own. So this is the landing page. Now, if you're wondering, here's why landing pages are super, super important for your funnel. The landing page is the first place a prospect meets you. This is where you're setting expectations, making the first promise to your prospect, and you're trying to connect with them to get them to take an act with you. So this could be to leave their information, to download a product, to call you if it's on mobile. So the landing page is sort of an intro. People should walk away from it feeling like they've received so much value from your free product on the landing page that when you reach out to them with a paid product, they'll be willing to listen. So your whole goal here is really about making that initial connection and helping people understand that you have valuable content to offer. The second reason a landing page is really important is because it's an essential part of building your email list. This is where most people will subscribe to receiving your emails, and email marketing is the most important part of your funnel, hands down. No matter what funnel you're creating, email marketing is going to be the most important part of it. It's essentially your salesperson. So you really want to make sure that your landing page is doing the work, the right work to grow your email list. So let's jump in straight into the landing page itself and break down each part of it. Now, the first section is the hero section. Now, let's briefly talk about the type of offers you can feature on a page like this one. So as I mentioned, normally people that would arrive to your landing page are coming from an ad or they're coming from a search. Now, what you want to do with this landing page is offer something that is highly, highly valuable to your prospect for free. So this could be a free ebook, it could be a checklist, it could be a worksheet, it could be a video workshop, a guide. So something that you can offer that will be highly valuable. Let me show you what we're doing here. So this landing page is essentially offering a guide to creating high converting landing pages. It's very meta, but the idea here is that people that arrive on this page are arriving because they want to learn more about landing pages. So here's what I wrote in the hero section. It's time to say goodbye to boring, generic, barely converting landing pages. Landing pages that sell. The 6 fundamental rules for creating high converting landing pages. Make meaningful changes to your landing pages so that you can continuously increase conversions and ROI. So about this headline, a powerful headline needs to be clear, concise, and immediately show the value to the prospect. This format that I've put in front of you taps into the prospect's want. They want to create landing pages that sell, and then it tells them exactly what they're getting. So essentially we say landing pages that sell, the 6 fundamental rules for creating high converting landing pages. We're talking about the fact that they can make meaningful changes to their landing pages so they can continuously increase conversions and ROI. Now, you can use this in various ways, but the idea here is that you're highlighting value your prospects are getting. So you're telling your readers exactly what they're going to find inside, focusing on the value they're going to get out of it. How will their life change? You see, as you can see over here, we started with the hero section, which is the headline. And this idea is that we're grabbing people's attention and we want them to read on. So we're saying that they can say goodbye to the boring, generic, barely converting landing pages, and that they can start creating landing pages that sell. So we have a hook. Now we want to tell them what they're actually going to get. Now, check out this. So over here, we have the bullet points. The bullet points themselves that are part of the hero section, and they're essentially telling you what you're going to learn. Now, you'll notice that in this section, it doesn't say how many pages are in the guide. It doesn't say the name of the chapters. It doesn't say, what's actually in the guide, but it tells you the value. Look at any landing page and know exactly where the problem is. Identify what people need to see when they land on your page, and understand the exact changes you need to make so more people convert. So we're not, this isn't a bullet point list where you're saying 52 pages, 10 chapters, and whatever, and just kind of breaking down what's in the guide. But what you're actually doing in this section is telling people the value they're going to get by reading this guide. Now, as you'll notice, then there is a call to action. So it says, never feel stumped when faced with a landing page again. Ready to stop guessing and start converting? Fill in your details, send me my free guide. Notice again, it's clear. It asks them to do one thing. And it's not about sign up or download the guide. It says never feel stumped when faced with a landing page again. We're touching on their pain once again and reminding them that sometimes when they actually work on landing pages, they feel stumped. You'll notice that I did the same thing with the hero section. It's time to say goodbye to boring, generic, barely converting landing pages. This is the pain that people feel on a daily basis. And when I highlight the pain that they feel and I talk about this solution, then you actually have a winning format for a call to action. Never feel stumped when faced with a landing page again. Ready to stop guessing and start converting? Send me my free guide. Notice that the call to action button isn't one word. It's not send. It's not get. It's download. It tells people exactly what's going to happen when they click on the button. And that is really important for people to set expectations. Now, another thing you should consider when you are placing a call to action, which we don't have in this section, and I'll show it to you in another section, is placing some social proof around the button. This could be a testimonial, it could be trust seals, it could be reviews, anything that you can add to just further strengthen your case for downloading this specific guide. Now, moving on this landing page, we have the what's inside. This is actually where we get into what is actually inside. So we're giving prospects a glimpse of what they'll get when they sign up. We focus on how to help and we highlight the value. So essentially what we're doing is we're trying to convince those who didn't sign up with the first call to action. So what's inside? How to analyze your page and find what needs fixing. The 6 fundamental rules for a high converting landing page. Free formulas for high converting call to action buttons, and the complete checklist I use before I launch any landing page. Now guys, this landing page that I'm running through with you right now is a landing page that I actually use on my own website. So this is exactly how I frame my landing page. And as I mentioned before, there's the social proof section. This is the last part of the landing page, and it's essentially where we introduce ourselves. This is your chance to show people or remind people, if they know you, why they should download this from you specifically. You should highlight the valuable experience that ties in with the topic. So for example, this is what I wrote about myself, and you can see that I gave you some headlines. So, hi there, I am your conversion expert, that's me. Introduce yourself. So I'm the founder of X, and I help my clients and students achieve these amazing results you've been dreaming about. Now, this is where you actually put in those amazing results. So it's just in brackets so that you know what to put inside. Then we move into the about section. After co-founding a successful agency and doing many things for some of the largest brands in the world today, and I mention all the awesome things that I do now for clients. So we started with introducing myself and saying who I am, then what I actually do, and now I'm going to establish my credibility. I've taught on stages such as conference names. So in my case, it would be Google, PayPal, MozCon, SearchLove, and others, and many, many more. Mention all the amazing achievements online that people will admire. And lastly, you add a call to action. If you'd like to learn how to get more people to say yes on your landing pages and achieve those record-breaking results you're after, join the academy below. So then we have the call to action: grab your free copy of the guide, send me my free guide. So in this section, it's an about section. You don't really see this a lot on landing pages because people assume they know you, just prospects know who you are. But it is actually a really important thing to do. Introduce yourself and explain who you are. But don't just use this section to brag about yourself and say how amazing you are. Use it to make a point. Use it to say, hey, I have been doing this for a very long time. I've worked with X amount of companies. Here are some amazing people that can talk about me. I've spoken about this. I teach this. And now here's the value that you can get. So it's not just a brag section. It really is about proving the point of why they should study from you, why they should learn from you. Now, again, in this landing page, we're focusing on the landing page guide, a guide for landing pages. But this could be any product, any ebook that you want to offer for free, any free thing you can think of, a checklist, a worksheet that you can offer would go on a landing page like this. And lastly, we have social proof. And there's different types of social proof that you can use on a page like this. But essentially, you can see here we have logos of companies. So it could be companies that mentioned you. It could be magazines that you were featured on. It could be your clients that you've worked with. It could be reviews by people who have read the guide. It could be anyone, essentially, who can offer credibility and really tell people that you're worth downloading the guide from. So this is the initial part of the funnel, a landing page that captures leads. In this part of the funnel, you do not need to sell anything. You don't need to tell people that you're selling to them. You just want to make an initial connection, form a relationship with them, and show them the value that you have to offer. I know that many people are so worried about offering free things. And I can tell you that on my website, I have more free things that I offer than paid stuff. I have so many free worksheets and guides and workshops and nonstop things that I offer for free because I know that I'm offering valuable content to my prospects and to my readers. And one day when I have an offer for them, they will know that when I'm offering something for a fee that costs money, it's worth their time to check it out because I only deliver valuable and high content. So I really urge you to start thinking about your landing page. What would be the freebie that you can offer? And how can you adapt this landing page template to your own needs? So you really all you have to do is jump into GetResponse, open the auto funnel, which is their new awesome product, and you can start creating this landing page. Essentially, this exact template will show up and you can edit it. So actually, if you're sitting in front of a computer right now, you can actually open that template and start working on it as I speak. Okay, so let's move on to the second part of this funnel, and that is the email sequence. Now, people do not like email for some reason, and I actually find that really troubling because I have to say that emails have so many benefits. Introducing yourself, connecting with people, selling, researching. In this funnel, we have free emails that I've set up. However, in some of my funnels, I have 10 or even 15 emails in a sequence, depending on the audience, the product that I'm selling, the stage of awareness that people are at. So I really have to tell you, hands down, email marketing is the way I make money. Every dollar that I make in my business today, every client that I bring in, and I work with very high-end companies and many, many students, comes from my email marketing. So if you're worried about sending emails, I really hope that after we review this sequence and I explain why I built the sequence the way I did for these emails, you will feel more confident to send emails and you'll have a format to use that will make you feel more confident about sending more emails to people. So let's talk about the first email, and that is the welcome email. So assuming this is a person who has essentially downloaded your product, entered their details, and are now sitting in front of their inbox waiting to get whatever it is you promised. Now you'll notice as I go through my emails that all of my emails are in plain text, absolutely no design. If I have anything, I'll add GIFs or a photo. And the reason I do that is for authenticity. If you are on my email list at Get Uplift, then you know that this is exactly how I send it. It looks like a Gmail. It looks like I send it from my personal Gmail, and that is really important to me for my brand because it really is me writing everything, and I want people to connect with me. You can choose how you want to design your emails, but I strongly recommend testing the idea of plain text emails because they're really down to earth, they're real, they're authentic, and they feel far more connecting than other types of emails. So the from name really matters. So if you're sending an email for the first time to this person, you really want to make sure that you've got the right from name. So for example, when I send emails, it's Talia at Get Uplift. So people know, hey, it's Talia from Get Uplift. You could write your name, you could write the company's name. Just try and think about how you can use the from name to also have an impact, because at the end of the day, people want to see that name and feel confident opening it. Now, the welcome email, and this is something that I do with every single funnel I create. There's always a welcome email. The general purpose of a welcome email is essentially to deliver on the promise that you made. So someone just signed up on your landing page, they're waiting to get something from you, they really want that thing, and now you have to deliver. It is essential. And the thing about having a welcome email is that it comes immediately. People connect with you, you can make it more personal, and you can really dive into a more connected relationship with people. So the subject line that I chose for this email, now subject lines don't need to be complicated. This one that I chose highlights the value while being clear what the email is about. So it says your first step to high converting landing pages begins here. That is the subject line. I see there's a bit of issue here with the PDF. You did it comes below it. So I'm going to read out the email to you really quickly, and then I'll explain each section. So it says, you did it, Gemma. You took that first step to improving your landing page conversion rates, even though your calendar is packed tighter than a carry-on on a transatlantic flight. By getting your copy of this ebook, you decided to stop playing the perpetual guessing game other marketers get stuck in every time a landing page doesn't perform as expected. Instead, you'll learn how to make smart, strategic changes to your pages that propel your results upwards. Here's your copy of the ultimate guide, Landing Pages That Sells. And here's what you don't want to miss. The must-avoid dangers of poorly designed landing pages with a step-by-step of how to navigate them successfully, the key factors that affect conversions with real-life examples, your guide to creating successful landing page from the ground up, and more. Talk soon, Talia. Now, here's how I formulated this email, and you can do this really easily. Now, again, this is in GetResponse, so you can essentially just choose this email and then edit it to your needs and change it around to whatever it is that you are offering people. So highlight the value to the reader. This is the first important thing that you do within a welcome email. While they converted you on your landing page, you still need to persuade them to read and consume whatever it is you're sending them. So really help them visualize exactly what they're getting out of your resource and how it will affect their life. You'll notice that I said, I've explained, I know how tough it is for you. I know how much information you're getting, but I can see that you have decided to stop playing the guessing game. I know that you have been experiencing this and this pain, but instead from now on, you're going to be making smart, strategic changes to your pages. So I'm helping them visualize exactly what they're getting from downloading this landing page guide and how it's going to affect their life. Now, of course, I deliver on my promise. Here's your copy to the ultimate guide. Give them what you promised. Even if your landing page redirected them to the resource after they submitted their information, do it again in the email. It's so important to deliver on that promise that you made. Then at the end of the email, you re-highlight the best parts of what's inside to persuade your readers to open it and start reading this guide. So essentially you can, as you see, I mentioned the must avoid dangers, the key factors, your guide to creating successful landing pages. So again, it's not a drop-down menu of all the chapters that I'm offering. It's just a quick and dirty mention of all the value they're going to get. And you sign off. That's it. You don't need to add anything. You don't need to start selling it. All you need to do is deliver on your promise, make that welcome email, and introduce yourself. Step number 2, the second email you're selling is the upsell email. Now, because this is a PDF, I can see now that it's over the copy. So what I will do, let me see, is just move this. Sorry, okay, you can't see this, but I can see because I have my presentation open in case something like this happens. So the upsell email is the first email we intro with our offer. Now, as I said, you'll notice that my emails are so long. I know people have an issue with long copy, and you'll also see with the sales page when I get to that. My sales pages are long. They include a lot of information, and I know that when I'm delivering valuable content, people will read it. I don't like it when people say that people don't read. People do read if you give them a reason to. And I've proven over and over again that my long emails perform much better than short emails. So the subject line, I actually chose 2 subject lines here. One was take your landing page to the next level. And the other one was how to get inside your customer's head. So it's 2 different subject lines you can use. You have them in GetResponse and you can play around with them. You can A/B test them. But the idea of the first one, take your landing page to the next level, is me saying that you're taking this skill, this pain, something that they're most worried about, to the next level. And it's essentially making a promise. So essentially both subject lines focus on showing the reader what they want. They specifically state a want. And essentially what you do is you move on from there to the actual email. So let me read that one out to you. Okay. Do you know the difference between average landing pages that kind of do the job and the top performers? It's not just the copy or the design or the underlying tech. Top performing pages rely on one key ingredient. They show you what you need to see to convert, whatever that happens to be. How do they do that? Research. Before creating a landing page, conversion-focused marketers get to know everything about their visitor. They delve into their drives, their fears, their needs. They dig past the obvious and they get to know the specific reasons that person wants your product, service, or offer. And then they put those insights on the page. Now, this is the first part of the email. Now, I use a copywriting formula for every single email that I write. This is AIDA, which is attention, interest, desire, and action. So attention is when you grab your reader's attention. In this email, it's done by essentially focusing on something the reader wants. Certainly essentially on how to create high converting landing pages. Then you pique their interest. Now that you've got their attention and you start sparking their interest. So in this email, I do that by teasing the key ingredient that will help the reader get what they want, and then showing them how it works. So this part of the email is attention and interest. Attention is, do you know the difference between average landing pages and the top performers? I'm grabbing your attention. Oh, I don't know the difference. I would love to know that. And then I pique their interest. It's not copy, it's not design, it's not tech. Top performing pages rely on one key ingredient. They show you what you need to see to convert, whatever that happens to be. How do they know that? Research. So I pique their interest. I explain that in order to have a top performing landing page, you have to do your research. And this is when we move on to the next step of the AIDA, people pronounce it differently, which is desire. When I first started optimizing landing pages, I wasn't familiar with this level of customer research. So like a lot of others, when a page wasn't working, I tested elements like changing the button color, reducing form fields, reducing the length of the copy because people don't read. But arbitrary changes like these won't get you the consistent results that you want. To get those, you need to get into the heads and the hearts of your customers by running customer interviews, conducting surveys, analyzing the competition, and more. This research is the foundation of proper landing page optimization, and that's why it's the first module of my new course, How to Create a Landing Page That Sells. So this section of the email is where I spark desire. In this email, we introduce the concept of research, and then we focused on really digging in to why this is so powerful, the why they need this. So this is where I talk about the desire, and then I introduce my product. How to create a landing page that sells. This is a course that I'm selling. So I have this in the email. I've created attention. I've piqued their interest. I've created desire to learn, wait, how do I do this research that she mentions? And I move in to the last part of this email. Oops, sorry. And that is the action. In this course, you'll learn how to research your visitors, use the research, add the right conversion, design a winning landing page, optimize your landing page. So all this is desire. You're going to learn all these amazing things. This will help you consistently create landing pages that sell, even if you are a beginner or don't have a lot of traffic. Plus, I'll share real life examples of specific information on the actual results me and my team got for our clients. And the best thing about this course, it's delivered straight to your inbox. So that's diligent for people like you, juggling packed schedules, get the most crucial information in the most actionable way. This way you can jump straight into optimizing your pages. If you're ready to leave underperforming landing pages behind, head over to our course page. Learn more about the curriculum and discover how you can 10 times your landing page ROI. Talk soon, Talia. So essentially what I did is continue to create desire. I told them what they're going to find in this course. I told them what I'm going to be presenting. I've told them all the juicy stuff about why this is so interesting and so important to them. And then I said, if you're ready to start, just check out the course page. This is the first time I actually mention what I need, what people need to do. And that is to check out the sales page to really start optimizing their landing pages. Okay, so that is email number 2. Now we're moving on to email number 3. Now, email number 3 is essentially the last email in the sequence. It's the countdown email. So essentially it's the bonus email. And again, we can't see the text behind it, but I will do my best to explain it. So let me just move it over here. Hold on my side of the screen. Okay. So just a bit about this last email, this final email in the sequence, and we have 3 emails. We had the welcome sequence where we really do our best to just form a connection and deliver on our promise. The second email where we say, hey, we have a product for you. And what we're doing with this is essentially really making the best thing that we can do to really show them that we have something really good to offer them and that they really should check it out. The third email is when we make the sale. This is when we really focus on explaining how much they're going to get out of this and why they must buy from it. They must buy our product. And most importantly, it's where we lay down the bonuses. It's where we explain that it's running out. The countdown is on. You're not going to have this offer for a long time. And essentially FOMO, using FOMO to make people understand that it's now or never. So we have 2 different subject lines. Subject line 1 is last chance, create landing pages that sell plus special bonus. And subject line number 2 is special bonus inside. Think about it, name. So this will be think about it, Gemma. And essentially, we are going to tap into FOMO, loss aversion, and we're going to highlight the bonuses. So let's walk through this email. Hold on, here we are. Okay. What if every time you looked at a landing page, you knew exactly how to optimize it? What if you could confidently approach any new campaign and know what landing page to design for it? What if you could march into any client's office or company meeting and proudly present your results, your new findings, and complete clear roadmap for your next steps? How would that affect your business, your earning potential, your life? You see, when you know how to help businesses turn website traffic into money, aka how to increase their landing page conversions, your own options grow. Suddenly, that bonus you've always wanted doesn't need to be asked for. That job you've always wanted is an email away. Or that 3-week vacay you've been promising yourself for decades. Wait, this is jumping. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Something's wrong with the PDF and I can't read the last sentence. Anyway, it says you've been promising yourself for a very long time can actually happen. So this is the first section of the email. And this is an actual formula that I'm using called PAS, PAS. It's pain, agitation, solution. So we start with talking about the pain. What problem is your prospects facing that your product solves? In this case, our potential course buyer is struggling to consistently create high converting landing pages. So in this section, I talk about the fact that what if all this pain they had could go away? What if they could confidently create landing pages? What if they could march into any client's office or company meeting and present the results with pride? What if they could do so many amazing things and have a clear roadmap? How would it affect your business? We're mentioning the pains that they are essentially feeling every day with landing pages and how it can be changed. Then we move into agitation. Now, agitation is you dig into the problem, you make it feel real. So in this email, we dig into the what ifs, the life the reader could have if it solved the problem. This helps bring, the pain up to the surface, what it really is. And then you show them the solution. You show them how you solve the problem for them. In this email, we show the reader what their life could look like with the solution, and then we offer them a solution, which is the course. So for example, your chance to get all of the above and 25 highly actionable lessons, a private community, 60 days of email support, 30 days no risk money back guarantee, etc., etc. Enrollment for how to create a landing page that sells closes at midnight tonight. Now, this is where it really is cool, because what we're doing is essentially logging into FOMO. So what we're doing is we're really focusing on the fact that by midnight, this offer is going to expire. We mentioned that we mentioned the pain, we agitated it and explained that we know that you're experiencing all this stuff every day and landing pages are hard for you, but we have a solution and we have something to offer you, all this amazing stuff, but it's going away tonight at midnight. So this is your last chance. It's FOMO, right? Now, to enhance this email and to enhance this formula, this copy formula, PAS, we use social proof. Social proof, like testimonials, can reduce the perceived risks for the reader and increase the likelihood of converting. So you can touch on the essentially different pain points of people and put them in the email. Okay, so for example, over here you say, so think about it. How would leaving underperforming pages behind affect you? For Gwen, it meant 73.4% increase in conversions for her landing pages and a confidence she needed to create many more high converting landing pages for her business. For Dave, it meant a 25% increase on his landing pages just 1 week into the program and a $10,000 bonus from his manager. I just used social proof to prove that this course works, but also to touch on those pains of, hey, you're going to feel confident. You're going to increase your conversion. You're going to get that bonus you've always wanted. We went back to those pains that we mentioned at the beginning of the email. Ready to start seeing these kind of results of these kind of results? Of course you are. Join your fellow conversion marketers in this training here. So then I write the PS. Now, PS is a fantastic way to get people to read even more. And then you know that when they're reading this, they are hooked. So you can give your readers something that makes your offer feel irresistible. For example, a bonus that they will only get if they sign up today, a worksheet that they will only get if they enroll today. So many different things. Or as I'm using in this email and I'm saying it's going away, so you only have a few more hours to convert and to really enroll in this course. P.S. I want this to be the most effective and rewarding program you've ever taken. That's why when you enroll today, you'll get access to my personal favorite top 3 most high converting landing page templates. Yep, the very ones I use with all my clients. So you can take everything you just learned and fast track your path to success. Simply jump into those templates, fill them in according to what you just learned, and launch with confidence. Sound good? Jump in here to claim the proven and repeatable process you'll get immediate access to now. So again, this email is longer than most emails, but it's the closing email of your launch. You are now trying to sell a product, and it doesn't matter what you're selling. If you're selling a 5-part video course, if you're selling a course itself, a book, I don't know, maybe you're selling whatever product it is, you can use these 3 emails to get people to interest them in your product and dive into your sales page. And that's all these emails need to do. They need to essentially pique people's interest, get them interested in what you have to offer, and then move them towards the sales page. Now, the sales page is where people are going to go to get more information about your product. This is where they need to really understand what it is you're offering, how it's going to look like, what it's going to cost, what do they have to put in other than money? What are they going to invest? So it's essentially the sales page that I created for you here, this template, is for a warm audience. That means that they recently downloaded something from you and they just received your sales emails. These are people that know who you are, they understand what you're offering, and they're now coming to your page to see, okay, I'm interested, tell me more. So you can use it to sell a small course, a book, a workshop, or even a mastermind, for example. So let's talk about the hero section. Now, the hero section, like many other sections on sales pages, is so important because it is the hook. Now, you can use a video, you can use a different image on it, you can use many different things, but I like to test copy first. So here's the copy itself. I'll read it out and I'll explain why I wrote it this way. You learned the 6 fundamental rules for creating high converting landing pages, and it opened up the door. It's opened up a door. Now it's time to step through. Introducing the Landing Page Academy, how to create landing pages that sell. Get the skills you need to confidently and consistently craft high converting landing pages without devoting years and years to study and analysis. So let's break this down for a moment. Why does this hero section of the sales page look this way? So the pre-headline, essentially, you've learned 6 fundamental rules, is there to remind people what happened and why they're on the page. The introducing section is essentially just the name of your course, and it positions your course as a big reveal. Then we get into the high level yet sticky overview of your course. Get the skills you need to confidently and consistently craft high converting landing pages. So you tell the reader exactly what they're going to get by joining your course. You want to be specific because this is the elevator pitch for your course. This is where people will decide, yes, or no, buy. So really, really important. Then we have the second part of the sales page, and that is the before and after. The before and after sections are essentially the course breakdown sections. You use this section to meet customer objections and position the course effectively. So using the before and after is a powerful formula that reminds your reader of the pain they are currently facing, and then paints an explicit picture of what the future can look like without the pain. So essentially the product being the solution, of course. So when you sign up for the Academy of Landing Pages That Sell, you say goodbye to the dread and uncertainty you use to feel every time a landing page doesn't produce the results you hoped for. Years of paying your dues, trying to teach yourself by desperately consuming hundreds of blog posts and tutorials, putting up with low fees or a salary because you don't have the confidence you need in your skills to consistently improve results for your clients or business. And you say hello to creating landing pages people love to convert to because they can see themselves in every part of your page. Confidently testing hypotheses that increase performance because you know how to run top-notch research that delves into your customer desires. Understand how each element of the landing page affects performance so that you know what to include and when. So this is the before and after. You'll notice, again, I said here, when you sign up for the Academy, this is what you're going to get, but I don't break down the actual elements of the course. I'm breaking down the pain and the future possibilities, what you're feeling right now and what you can get. And it's super, super important to make this connection and help people understand the value. Moving on to the next section. So this is the course value breakdown. So because this is, again, in PDF, we have a bit of an issue. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. I think I'm going to have to share my screen with you guys because otherwise we're going to miss parts of the page. So Eric, excuse me while I move into sharing my screen, because otherwise you won't be able to see. So hold on one second. Let me share my screen. This screen, share. And now you guys should be able to see my screen. If you can let me know that you can see it, that would be fantastic because I can't see the chat right now. So just let me know you can see it. So in this section, we're going to essentially break down the value of the course. So inside Landing Page Academy, 25 highly actionable lessons delivered straight to your inbox. So essentially what we're doing here is bringing out the most valuable parts of your course and show your reader how they help. So essentially what we're doing is talking about the 25 highly actionable lessons. And in here, I talk about the fact that people are busy and that taking courses is time consuming. But I've designed a course that will help people who work really get the most important information in their inbox. And I outline everything for them so they feel confident to take this course without feeling that their life or their daily jobs are going to be compromised by it. And you'll notice that what I do is I show my reader why the lessons are structured in a way that helps them. And I set expectations for exactly how the course will work and meets the I don't have time objection. So I also talk about, and I also use a social proof. So I have this testimonial in here to help people understand that they are going to really get what they need. So it says, every lesson was extremely actionable. Thanks to Landing Pages That Sells, I now have the confidence to present my results to my clients, and I have many case studies to be proud of. So essentially what we're doing is we're using a pain that people mention quite a bit. I don't have time. And I support it with the most important information and a testimonial. Next, ongoing support for your every need, a private community of people just like you. So in here, I talk about how I'm going to support students during the course, how I'm going to help them get the most value. Again, we're talking about inside the course. We're not breaking down the exact modules yet. We're just explaining how we can help them. I was overwhelmed by all the amazing help I received. So we have a testimonial saying how amazing the amount of feedback, assistance, and support I received from the coach and the community was amazing. And lastly, practical and actionable examples to fast track your results and accountability that keeps you on track. So these are two other things that I mentioned in the breakdown of the course, and they're both here to set myself apart from other courses. This course is different because it's hyper actionable and because you get specific examples and everything that you need, and you have accountability. So in this section, I broke down 4 of the most important things: the highly actionable stuff that you get, the ongoing support, practicality, and accountability. The 4 things that I know that people that take my course are worried about. So, and every part of this section is supported by a testimonial by Barry Allen, The Flash, of course, and Jimmy Olsen. You really need to use social proof to increase conversions. Choosing effective testimonials is so important because it helps you choose it helps you highlight the most important things. Now, I know that people like to use testimonials to really kind of just say how good and cool or amazing they are, but make sure when you're choosing the testimonials that the testimonial really relates to the pain you're trying to address. That really does help. Now, you can add social proof all over the page, around the call to action button, around different sections that you're trying to prove, but make sure that you're using photos of the people that are providing the testimonials, as much information as possible, that as much information as you can of the person giving the testimonial. Lastly, the About You section. We spoke about this before. We had this on the landing page. I use the exact same thing, and then I do the pricing plan. Now, essentially, you can have a few different pricing plans. I put in one here, $97 per month. You can choose whichever pricing plan you want. But the most important thing is to mention the money back guarantee. Now, I always offer this with all my courses that I sell. Some have 60 days, some have 30 days, but it is really important to me to be able to say to people, I really know that this course is going to help you out. So it's worth your time to really enroll in this course. So this was the breakdown. Let me just stop sharing my screen. We can show the presentation again. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you were able to see my screen. So essentially, wait, I was here, sorry. So we went through 3 parts of our funnel. We had the landing page, which is the first part of your funnel. And that's where we capture people. That's where we talk to people for the first time. Then we jumped into the email sequence where we deliver on our promise. We start making sales. Now, I only included 3 emails in this funnel, but I have sequences that include 12, 15, 20 emails sometimes, and even more depending on how I'm segmenting my list. So don't be worried about sending emails. In fact, sometimes in a launch sequence, when I'm selling something, a product, I will send an email every day, and on the last day, I'll send 3. Now, when I did this for the first time, I was super, super nervous, but I found out that it really does work. So I encourage you to do it and to not miss out on the opportunity of using email marketing, because it's so important. Hopefully, this funnel that we went through today, including the sales page, has helped you. As I mentioned, what's cool about this is you can just jump into GetResponse and start editing it and adapting it to your needs immediately. So whatever product you have that you want to sell, be it a course, a mastermind, a book, a workshop, whatever it is, you can use this funnel to do so and just adapt the copy and the sequence to your needs. So hopefully this was helpful. If you want any more information, resources, and I think I mentioned some of these resources in the past during this workshop, but feel free to jump onto my website and download all those free resources, because we have lots of them. Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to me today. Hi, I'm back. And if you have any questions, I will take them now. Hopefully everyone can still hear me, because I don't know.
Thank you so much for your incredible presentation. And thank you actually for managing, switching through presentation to screen sharing. You were awesome. You were absolutely awesome. And as usual, you've given us tons of useful information. So, okay, guys, we have a few minutes left, so we can move on to the Q&A session. So, guys, if you have any questions related to the presentation, Now is the perfect time to type them in, and Talia will be able to answer a few of them.
Okay, so we have, do you want to read them out or should I? Sorry, I just jumped into reading them. There are so many different theories, opinions on perfect landing page sequences. Could you please elaborate why exactly this sequence is better? I don't think it's better than other sequences. I think that I've used this countless times and it's worked for me, my audience, and the people that I serve. It doesn't mean that it's better than others. I just know that it's proven to work for me. I think it's a great way to start. As I mentioned at the end, I have sequences, funnels with 12, 15, 20 emails. So I don't think it's going to be better than others, because I do think that you need to have more emails or in some different sequences, but it's a great place to start and it has worked for me. And as I mentioned, this is a funnel that I actually use. So it's built on something that is proven to work. Hopefully that answers the question.
Cool. I just wanted to tell you that if you would like me to read the questions, I'm happy to do that. So
no, it's okay. I just need to.
All right. So then I'm switching the microphone off so nobody hears me breathing.
Okay. We'd be interested to know what landing pages and funnels would look like if you're selling physical products. So physical products, for example, a book, that's a physical product. I would use the same. We didn't touch on design much today, which is, the background of the landing page and the images you can use. But I don't think it needs to be different, the sequence that I created in terms of copy or outline. What I would change is the visuals around it. So hopefully that helps. Okay, we need to offer 3 stuff to attract people to the paid ones. Yes. Well, you don't need to do anything. It's just, I believe that when you give something, and it's just things in life in general, not just in marketing, when you give something valuable for free to someone, they appreciate you, they learn that you have something good to offer, and they will buy from you, or they'll at least consider buying from you when you have something to offer. What about double opt-in, pros, cons? I always do double opt-in. I do not. So this is, for me, this is on the same weight as the unsubscribe. I do not hide my unsubscribe button. I want people to hit that unsubscribe if they don't want to be on my list. I would prefer to have a small list of people that only double opt-in and only want to be on my list than have a huge list just for the numbers of people that don't open my list, haven't double opt-in, and can't find the unsubscribe button. It's super important to have all these things in place because you want a highly engaged email list. When the first time I ever sold a course, I had less than 1,000 people on my list. For some of you that might sound a lot, for some of you it might sound not a lot, but when you're selling a course that you've worked on for a very long time, and with conversion rates and everything, that's very hard. But the people that were on my list were highly engaged. So that was one of the best launches that I ever had. And I sold the most courses then because people were so engaged. The larger the email list got, the less I sold. So obviously, for various reasons, but it's also to do with engagement. So I highly recommend doing double opt-in and everything. Okay. If we are just starting out, oh, sorry, I jumped to something else. If we're just starting out with no list, what is the best way to start getting subscribers? So there's a few ways for getting subscribers on your email list. The first depends on how you're getting people to your landing page. The landing page is a great way to get people on your list because if you're offering something for free and you have a great freebie, something valuable, people will, subscribe to your list, but you have to get them to that landing page. So one thing that I highly recommend is guest blogging for big blogs, doing webinars, doing podcasts, participating on different things, going online, LinkedIn, Twitter, using every option that you have to promote freebie that you have, having that amazing giveaway that you've put a lot of time into, and promoting that. Once you do that, you get the ball rolling. You can also, of course, do Facebook ads and stuff like that, but always send people to the freebie. That's my go-to. In this sequence of free emails are the emails sent 3 days in a row or with some gap between them. In this sequence, it's essentially the first email comes on. That's such a great question. I'm sorry I didn't say that, didn't elaborate on that. The first email obviously comes in immediately after someone subscribes. Then you get an email the second day, and then you get an email on the third day. So it's essentially every single day you get an email. I would test, if you're launching a product, I would test having 5-day launches at first, having an email each day, and on the last day having at least 2 emails, with the last 2 emails being more about FOMO, leveraging the whole idea of loss aversion and fear of missing out. I don't know if we have more time to answer questions. You let me know, Eric.
Oh, yeah. First of all, thank you, Talia, for sharing so much knowledge with us. I think that everybody's like bombarded with the new things. So yeah, it's definitely time to wrap up. So thank you guys for joining us and being such an active group. So as promised, we're going to send you a link to the recording in the next few days. So thanks again, and we're looking forward to seeing you at the next GetResponse webinar soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
See ya.